Burton Cummings, Up Close and Alone is his latest, which is a compilation of some of his greatest hits, and he's here to sing one of our favorites, Timeless Love. Ladies and gentlemen, the Burton Cummings.
Song. I miss your laughs and I miss your smiles. I hope you hear this and cross the miles. And if you do, maybe my nights won't seem so long. So I'll sing about you in the morning sun, and I'll sing about you when my music's all done. Then I'll smile, 'cause it feels good even missing you. Now I'll sing about the day you said goodbye, and I'll sing one too many, and I'll start to cry. But that's okay, 'cause it feels good even missing you. Crying my memories away. They haunt me by night, honey, and they chase me by day. Think about what I left behind. Piece of my heart, you took a piece of my mind. But still and all, it wasn't enough to make you say you're gonna wanna stay. No, no, no. So I'll sing about you in the morning sun, and I'll sing about you when my music's all done. Then I'll smile, 'cause it feels good even missing you. Now I'll sing about the day you said goodbye, and I'll sing one too many, and I'll start to cry. But that's okay, 'cause it feels good even missing you. Yes, it feels good even missing you. Baby, it feels good even missing you. I got you in my heart forever, lover, darling, you know I'm missing you. Whoa, whoa, I need you and I'm missing you. Lady, yeah, I love you and I'm missing you. Love is living on. Whoa, whoa, I'm singing to you. Timeless love is living on. Yes, it feels good even missing you.
That was wonderful.
Thanks, folks. Oh, thank you.
Goodness. Well, it's very nice to be here. Thanks.
Welcome home.
I don't know what to say.
Do you miss Canada?
I'm here a lot. I'm here a lot. I spend
You have a place in Vancouver Island,
a lot
right?
of time on Vancouver Island and a lot of time in Winnipeg. I have a great relationship with Winnipeg now. They elected me celebrity captain of the Jets, and I sang the anthems at 1 million games over the last few years. Sang at the Grey Cup there in '91, and they named a building after me.
Really?
Yeah.
The Burton Cummings?
It's a gorgeous community center with tennis court and a soccer field and a skating rink and a beautiful complex inside, and it's called the Burton Cummings Community Center. And it's ironic because this was a place called the West End Memorial Community Center. I played there in my first band, the Devrons, about 40 times when I was a teenager. Then even in the Guess Who, we did some radio broadcasts from there. And then I drive by now and see my name on this building. It's a bit surreal to me.
It would be, huh?
I thought that was supposed to happen after you passed on, but it's a great source of pride for my mother, too. It really is. It's I don't think everybody has a kid that gets a building named after them, so it's really that was quite a thing for me. It's a bit surreal when I see it.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you become a living legend.
Well,
and I apologize, it's not 24, it's 32.
It's 32.
32 albums.
I actually, I mean, that's my fault, because my road manager phoned me and asked me for press release purposes how many albums is it. And off the top of my head, I thought it was 24 or 25, and then I sat at my laptop about 10 days ago and actually did a chronological album-by-album list, and to my own surprise, this is 32, which is really about 6 careers by today's standards. 6 decent careers by today's standards. So that's a lot of time in the studio in front of a microphone.
So how do you figure that you've had so much success and so much talent and 6 careers in one life and things that normally happen to people after they're long gone? How come?
Luck?
Do you think it's luck?
Part of it is luck, or I honestly don't know, and I don't dwell on it too much because I don't think that's healthy. You know, I live in the moment, which I think is very healthy. Once in a while, late at night, I sit down and think about it, and it is a little bit intimidating to me. I don't understand it. I'll be very honest to God, I really don't understand.
You don't know why you...
There's a certain longevity that I've had, that I've seen so many artists come and go. I've seen so many careers come and flower and blossom and dissipate and disappear. And I'm still doing this. And I'll tell you, I feed off the applause. I still love being on stage. I like my job, albeit a strange job with no rhyme nor reason to it, really.
Strange? How do you figure strange?
Well, there's really no rhythm. There's really no set pattern to what I do. I mean, one day I'll be in Florida, and the next day I may be in Europe, and then
Cancun.
I was in Cancun.
I know, you're there for a week.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, picking shells off the beach, I hear.
And also went to, but the big buzz for me was we took a bus out to the ruins of Chichen Itza, climbed the Great Pyramid. And the first time I went up there, I had this awful, horrible, terrifying experience, and I went back down really quickly, and I said to myself, I can't leave with this negative vibe in me, you know. So I forced myself to go back. Well, see, there were a lot of human sacrifices there years ago in the 900s AD. I am a believer in reincarnation, so I may have been around a couple times before and may have had a...
You could have been one of those...
Some kind of connection there. I don't know.
But you went back up.
I went back up, and I felt better about having gone back up. I felt better about having overcome the fear. It's fascinating. You know, the great thing is usually when a country takes something like that and makes it a tourist attraction, it's all really commercialized. There is a turnstile where you pay and go through. Right. But once you're through that, it's totally untouched. It's all forest and wild trees the way it was, and up there we're getting the view that the Mayan kings had, and it was really a remarkable experience. Very spiritual deal for me up there, really.
Very spiritual person who's a little tiny bit... Is that the right word, superstitious? Because you use the word lucky. This is my lucky ring. Before we started the show, I left it in my dressing room, and I went, wait a minute, I don't have my ring on. So they had to go back and get me the ring, because I won't do the show without my ring on.
Good for you.
Do you have your lucky stones?
Kind of thing. Yeah, I do. I have them in my pocket.
Do you? Do you show them, or are they like...
They're,
where did you get them?
This is a piece of jade from China.
Oh, wow. It's beautiful.
This is I think this is tourmaline.
if I'm not mistaken. And this I found on my property in the forest. I don't know what it is.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's like it's
I
petrified.
picked it up one day and I went to play roulette that night and I won all kinds of money, so this one's staying with me.
This one here?
Yeah.
Do you think this luck will rub off?
I don't know if luck is transferable, but you're welcome to try.
Okay, I'll hold on to these till we go to the commercial and figure out when I'm going to get to play roulette. And we'll be back in just a sec.
Okay.
So you carry these around for most
I've had these for years.
Another one of Dini's favorites is Share the Land, and she talked Burton into performing that next.
We're back with Burton Cummings. This is the new album. It's called Up Close and Alone, album number 32. How many songs have you written?
Well, I've written hundreds. I've written about 300 that actually made it to record, which is a formidable amount. But I've probably written, I would say, close to 1,000. You know, not all of which I would be willing to play for the public. So in the early days, they were kind of pitiful, you know. But as anything else, it's if you're a high jumper, a pole vaulter, whatever, you know, the more you do it, you should improve if you really steadfastly try and get better.
If you don't improve, it's time to go from pole vaulting to something else.
To move on. I still sing and practice every day. I'm still trying to get better, because I know I've spoken to older guys, jazz musicians in their 70s, who are still trying to get better, and they're already wonderful, you know. So I'm still, I mean, I'm content within my limitations to a degree. But I'm still trying to get better, you know, especially playing. I'm not the player I should be.
Yeah, but I understand you stopped playing for a couple of years. That must have been, like, painful.
Not really so much as I just got lazy. The pop music scene was changing, and fortunately, money hasn't been a consideration for me since I was very young. So I had the luxury of taking a couple of years and sitting back, watching it evolve to wherever it was supposedly going. And I sat back and watched from the outside for a while. I always play, though. One thing has happened to me lately is I'm playing again just for me. I'll sit down alone and I'll play some of the classical things I learned as a kid, which I didn't do for a long time. I think that's what you mean. I was very businesslike for a while, you know, always trying to be productive. When I sat down, it was specifically to write a new song, or to write a song for someone else, or to write a melody for a film score or something. And now, there's a Paul Simon lyric in one of his songs where he says, "I'm sitting around the campfire playing my guitar, just thanking the Lord for my fingers." And that speaks volumes, because sometimes I watch my hands play now, and I'm looking at the wonderment of it, you know, that not everyone can do this. So I just play again now purely for the nice sound of it, the things that I know that are at my fingertips. You know?
I have to ask you this. It keeps going through my mind when I watched you walk up. You're a little bit shy. There's a part of you that...
well, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, there it is again, which I find interesting after so much of your life is on stage.
I'm the most comfortable on stage behind a keyboard. I'm the most comfortable. I've never been, you know, around an attractive lady and such as, I mean, here's what I'm telling you.
Burton.
Oh, God.
God. Oh, here. Now I got
when I was a teenager, I was always in a band, you see. So all the other guys would be out bird dogging on Friday and Saturday night, chasing the girls and
you were
doing all that stuff. And I was always on stage providing the soundtrack for them to do that. So I had very few relationships. I had very few girlfriends, although there are a million rumors of, oh, my sister used to go out with you, and my...
Hey, there's a million women who've dreamt and hoped and believed.
That's really not true. I had very few girlfriends and very little social life from the time I was about 13 on.
Wow.
I was always in a band, and we worked every weekend. And then when I was 17, I got asked to join the Guess Who, and then life took a huge leap upward from there. And I mean, by the time I was 21, I had lived about 1,000 lifetimes by most people's standards, but in a strange sense, I've been, you know, I haven't had the social opportunities that some people have had. I've had incredible success and unbelievable amount of travel, and had my eyes open to the world at a very early age. But the social interaction is just something that I've never had as much of as some people. So maybe Maybe that shows a little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah. But if you're most comfortable behind the keyboard, would you play us one more
Oh,
song?
sure, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Sing you a song from the apex of the Guess Who days, and I still like this all these years later because of the ethic of the lyrics. The lyrics still breathe hope and optimism, and I have a great deal of faith in the human spirit. That's why I still like this song. Have you been around? Have you done your share of coming down on different things that people do? Have you been aware you've got brothers and sisters who care about what's gonna happen to you in a year from now? Maybe I'll be there to shake your hand. Maybe I'll be there to share the land they'll be giving away when we all live together. I'm talking about together now. Maybe I'll be there to shake your hand. Maybe I'll be there to share the land they'll be giving away when we all live together. I'm talking about together now. Did you pay your dues? And did you read the news this morning when the paper landed in your yard? Do you know their names? Can you play their games without losing track and coming down a bit too hard? Yeah! Or maybe I'll be there to shake your hand. Maybe I'll be there to share the land they'll be giving away when we all live together. I'm talking about together now. Maybe I'll be there to shake your hand. Maybe I'll be there to share the land they'll be giving away when we all live together. I'm talking about together now. Maybe I'll be there to share the land they'll be giving away when we all live together. I'm talking about together now. Maybe I'll be there to shake your hand. Maybe I'll be there to share the land they'll be giving away. Yeah, when we all live.
Close and Alone. We'll be back in a sec. Bravo.
Next on Dini, Adrian Gold brings us the spring lines of some of Canada's top designers.